Hey clan, Luna here, but before we start, I missed you all. Today we decided to change the content because at school I've been labeled the wrong subculture, I don't know for how long now, and it's starting to annoy me. So my team and I, we decided to make a video called, Is Emo Goth? Are they? We'll find out together. But before I end this sequence, Lolo, come say hi. Okay, bye. So, before I get into the points on why emo isn't goth, we have to accept that they have some similarities. As no one asked you. Guys, did you ask him? Okay, so anyway, we have to accept that both come from the same subculture, which is punk. But even in the origin, emo comes from hardcore punk, while goth comes from post-punk. Now, when it comes to music, emos tend to be more emotional, so their lyrics would have poetic and introspective messages while having an emphasis on guitar and vocals. Some group examples for them would be Dashboard Confession, My Chemical Romance, and Paramore. Now, when it comes to goth breaks into so many things, so I'm only going to cover a little bit of this. So, their lyrics and music tend to have dark, gloomy, and sensual messages while also having sometimes social political messages. Some band examples of one genre for rock would be The Cure, Xandria, Tiamat, Susie and the Banshees. For EBM, and I'm counting it as goth in this one, it would be Warnatage. For dark wave, it would be like The Covenant, etc. Now, we can see that they both have the same origin. They listen to completely different music, even when it comes to lyrics and beats. Now we'll talk about literature and movies. For emo subculture, they're an emotionally charged subculture. This can be seen in their books. For example, Everybody Hurts, an essential guide to emo culture, and It Ends With Us. When it comes to movies, their choices would be Twilight and Corpse Bride, etc. Now, when it comes to goth, their movies and literature tend to have dark, sensual, and political gloomy tones to it. Choices for goth would be Bram Stoker's Dracula, Sleepy Hollow, and Frankenstein. As you can see, these are very dark and gloomy. Some choices for movies would be The Crow and The Matrix 1. Yes, The Matrix 1 was accepted into subculture, but this is for another video. As you can see, emo and goth are very different when it comes to literature and movies. One is very dark and gloomy, and the other one is very emotional. Now we'll move on to fashion. When it comes to emo fashion, emos normally wear Converse over boot platforms. They like skinny jeans and most likely will embrace colors and stripe patterns. And when it comes to makeup aesthetics, they're mostly limited to just very dark eyeliner around the eyes and their most common hairstyle, which covers one eye. Now when it comes to goth breaks up into many, but I'm only going to name the common stuff they would see. Goth colors normally would be black, red, and purple, but there are exceptions like pastel goths and cybergoths who embrace colors. Goths tend to prefer boot platforms over Converse, and another difference between emo and goth would be fashion corsets, mainly worn by vampire and Victorian goths. Materials like latex, coats, and leather are normally worn by the community too. When it comes to goth makeup aesthetics, goths are not shy to wear makeup, and you can see this example in trad goths and vampire goths. Trad goths have a very big emphasis on the eyes. You'll see their eyeliner go up to their hair sometimes with white powder. Vampire goths also tend to do a lot with their eyes. Sometimes they add fangs to their teeth. So as you can see, emo and goth are very different. While emo clothing and fashion aesthetics and makeup aesthetics are more conservative and don't want to be seen, goth on the other hand is very flamboyant. They want to be seen, they're literally in your face, and I think that's the whole point of the subculture, to not care what anyone thinks. Judging by emo and goth's music, literature, movies, and fashion, we can see that emo and goth are completely different subcultures. You can see that they're completely different. One is more conservative, one is more flamboyant. If you're an emo, good for you. If you're a goth, hey, I'm a goth myself, good for you. I love them both. They're both subcultures. I just wanted to clarify the difference, so mostly late millennials and Gen Zs know the difference. Bye guys. Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Este video se trata de las subculturas emo y goth. ¿Son lo mismo? Ya lo veremos. Para diferenciar estas dos subculturas, los puntos que vamos a hablar son música, literatura y fashion. Vamos a comenzar con música. Para emos, la letra de ello es emocional y poética. Ejemplos de esto son My Chemical Romance, Paramore y Dashboard Confession, etc. Para los góticos, la letra es sensual, oscura y subliminal. Ejemplos de esto pudiera ser The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Anti-Amat. Para EBM es Warnatage y para Darkwave es El Covenant. Conclusión. Estas dos subculturas escuchan música muy diferente. Una es más oscura y una más emocional. Ahora vamos a hablar de literatura. Para emos, ellos otra vez son más emocionales. Sus libros y películas van a ser románticas y emocional. Libros que ellos escogerían es Everybody Hurts, An Essential Guide to Emo Subculture, and It Ends With Us. Para películas, ellos escogerían Twilight y Corpse Bride, etc. Para los góticos, los libros y películas tienen temas sensuales, oscuros y políticos. Ejemplos de libros pudieran ser Bram Stoker's Dracula, Frankenstein y Sleepy Hollow. Para películas ellos pueden tener The Crow, y el Matrix 1. Es una película gótica, pero eso no lo voy a hablar ahorita. En conclusión, los góticos son más oscuros y les gustan más cosas políticas y oscuras, y los emos les gustan cosas más emocionales y románticas. Ahora hablamos de fashion. La ropa emo es más conservadora y reservada, hasta lo puedes ver en los maquillajes. Ellos solo usan un poquito de lápiz de ojo y el pelo de ellos siempre cubren un ojo también. Eso puedes ver que son más reservados, no quieren llamar la atención. Mientras los góticos, ellos quieren llamar la atención. La ropa de ellos es muy llamativa, tú la puedes ver en todas partes, hasta el maquillaje. Algunos góticos tradicionales tienen la cara toda blanca, los ojos los tienen hasta acá con el maquillaje, es muy loco. Y hasta también se ponen algunas veces dientes más largos y cosas así. Ellos llaman la atención y quieren que la gente la vea. Y los emos no. Esto lo puedes ver y esto es una diferencia muy grande entre los emos y los góticos. En inglés yo hice el video más detallado, pero mi español no es tan bueno para ir en descripción y todo esto. En conclusión, literatura emo y gótica son diferentes. Música gótica y emo son diferentes. Fashion gótica y emo son diferentes. Todos ellos son diferentes y son subculturas muy diferentes. Pero las dos son chéveres. Si eres emo, chévere. Si eres gótico, chévere. Yo también soy gótica y a mí me gusta, pero a mí también me gustan las dos subculturas. Bueno, chao. And just as emos can get labeled as goths too.
No.
No. And everybody, oh my Jesus.
You know why that happened? Because you're doing this.
As in origins, they both origin, oh my God.
It's okay.